Good morning, good people, and happy July. This is Candace. I'm coming on here recording a video out of pure obedience. I've been trying to do this for a couple of weeks now, but trying to get all the pieces in place. And honestly, God said, just do it. He hit that Nike on me and said, just do it. Because somebody's breakthrough is tied to your unfinished business and obedience. So that is what I'm on here for. I just wanted to share some amazing things that God has done, is doing, and encourage people. I'll be doing this more often because I realize what is a testimony if it's only you that knows about it or your small circle. God has delivered us from so many different things, but we have to share it so people know that there is an answer, that there's a way out. So I have to take all of that away from me, the pride of holding it on, and share with you what God has done and is doing. So, about 40 days ago, and forgive me, I got a sheet here because girl be forgetting her words. But about 40 days ago, I had an appointment that changed my life. Um, I was in a position where a doctor I had didn't agree with my plans, and essentially gave up on me with options on the table. She had the coldest facial expressions and verbal expressions, and the care just, there was a lack of care. And it's been like that for a while. I just kind of stayed with it because of growing to learn to speak up for myself, but I'm doing much better with that. But basically, she encouraged me to go home and enjoy time with my family. And in that appointment, I didn't become indignant. I did shed some tears. My husband shed some tears. And we were just like, I'm confused because just a month ago, you didn't say this. Like, where is this coming from? So, however, honestly was confused, but um, her word, because her words didn't match the journey that we were on. And, but her heart was on full display. And I think we needed to see that. We needed to see what we couldn't understand over these last several months. So we did leave in tears, but thank God for radical, godly friends. Listen, and people in your life, a praying husband more than anything, who believes in God, but believe in you as well, and will not let you give up. Like, will treat it like it's their own, and will not give in to the lies of the enemy. Um, and will just be crazy enough to believe that God would do what he said he would do. And that's what we have. We have that. And so on that day we left, was riding home, and I now have several surrogate moms, first off. They're amazing. But I call them my aunties. And on the way home, we didn't give any space to the enemy. We gave it all to God, because it was like, you can't let any of that come in. So we didn't waste a moment. We didn't accept what the words were. We believed the report of the Lord, and we immediately, as we traveled back home, we prayed and warred in the spirit. For the next several weeks, I was saturated in God's word, and still is, locked in with the word of God. And anything that was on my TV was about faith and healing. Anything that was on my phone, anybody who visited, which was a very, very, very small group of people, was about faith and healing. My confessions were about faith. And we'll talk about confessions later and how we should be constantly improving those and not reciting the same words if God has made some changes in that. Um, but everything around me was about faith, healing, and supporting God. And if it wasn't, I'm not going to lie, it probably was out of the ordinary for some people. But sometimes it was almost to the point of rudeness that I had to dismiss people. I mean, look at Jesus. He had to dismiss those mourners when he was trying to heal. He was bringing Jairus' daughter back to life. So, that was what I stood on. And um, that was where we were. And so there was nothing that my face, there was nothing that let come in that echo anything near the lies that the medical professional um, tried to decide would be my truth. You know what I'm saying? Because truth can be real, but I'm sorry, facts can be real, but that was not my truth. And so at that point, I immediately made a secondary appointment, sought out one of the best carriers in the city, uh, Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, Florida, and I transitioned my care. I transitioned my care because we needed to change what their viewpoint was to another viewpoint that supported what I wanted. Um, because sometimes you got to stand on business and show people, you got to put action in place. And that was what I needed to do. I needed to do that. Since then, I have made significant bounds in my health. Um, I spent 6 weeks at home being humbled, like humbled. Like I'm not a person who like receives care very well, receives gifts and things like that. I always try to, you know, outdo as far as that. I don't know where that heartwarming stuff comes from. We'll probably dive into that more as we talk. But God humbled me to the point that I had people that had to wipe my tail. That was wipe my tail, pick me up, wash my body. Uh, it was like home health care. And but the people who did it with love. You know, and honestly, like I have to take a pause right here. Small group, let's go. My family and friends, small group, they came through in a way that was just so amazing. So, um, uh, but they came through a way that wasn't so amazing that they literally healed me through their support and their help. Um, pause break. So, like I said, on this day and going forward, God has me now on this journey to live. And today is the beginning of me sharing updates of my journey to live because I am confident of where I'm going. Okay. But I have not lived fully, a fully satisfied life, and He's not finished with me yet. And there are more miracles to be seen as a result of the obedience to God, my obedience to God and His Word. And I will post at least once a week, and I'll post on my YouTube at least once a week to encourage you to join me on my journey to live with Candace Alicia. I love you, and I thank you so much for your support and encouragement, but more than anything, for following Jesus Christ. Thank you.